A very good morning to all the professionals who have joined today. We are going to look at an important aspect of how we can cooperate, network, collaborate to grow. Helen Keller, who was blind and achieved so much in life, she says, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Simple words, message is big. Small firms in India will struggle to flourish unless they focus on niche advisory or litigation services or global outsourcing in value added areas, which is a bit difficult, I feel. Growth can be achieved through collaboration, networking, mergers, better resource planning, and leveraging technology for smaller firms. Individual practitioners, as it is, may be finding it difficult in the last 2 decades. That is because clients have started asking for too many things to be provided, too many of their needs to be met by the service provider, that is us. Clients demand one-stop solution. Why should I go to so many people? Why don't you do this for me also? As far as we are concerned, growth is faster through mergers or collaboration. If we are alone, we may not be even able to survive. We need to provide value-added services, whether it's advisory, audit, and we also need to de-risk from compliance-driven practices, which has been our traditional practice. Only through collaboration we can expand our service offerings and reach. We are trying to come to a point that individual practitioners may not be able to survive without collaborating. How do we take this further? If we are small, then we should have highly personalized service. That means personal to the client. We can also think of merging or taking over other firms so that we become bigger. This probably is a better solution. If we cannot merge, then we can collaborate for giving more services, which the client is asking for, or be able to deliver it faster. Sometimes there are so many areas of business where the MSME needs advice, needs services, but we do not have that particular service available. So can we network with others who have those capabilities for mutual benefit? If we want to do this, we may have to be a giver in all negotiations with other professionals. There has to be a trust built with everybody we work with, which is very, very difficult. And once we have the trust, we should be fair with each other. Again, this is not so easy. But without these two, we cannot network or collaborate. I would like to talk to you about what happened in my life. I started practice in the year 1988, and for 14 years, my growth was very bad. I was a proprietor. I had written a book. My income was reasonable at best. However, from 2002 till date, that is 24, from a small office of 15 people, we have gone up to 550 people. We have 120 professionals, chartered accountants and advocates. We have 20 plus partners in the firm. We have 15 locations. Our growth in the last 3 years has been 25+%. We have not only have partners within, which is a cooperative expansion. We have also partnered with professionals across regions, chartered accountants mainly, and also software entities. What is the benefit we got with these collaborations? We had 4 wins. The client won because he got better service, maybe even at reduced cost. Shared learnings with the other professional. That means the professional with whom we joined for providing better services. We shared our learning with them and they shared their learning with us. Our capacity to serve larger clients increased. Also, very importantly, in this difficult period of change and uncertainty, because we did this collaboration, we have been de-risking our future. So what is it that these terms mean? Many of them are connected. Networking is the first level where we just know some people and we share our expertise with each other on some sort of a commercial basis, maybe a service provider, maybe as share of fees, whichever way. Collaboration is working together. Not only the connections are already there, sharing of ideas already there. We work towards common goals. We may have a set of goals which are common for both of us. In between networking and collaboration, cooperation could be there. What happens when we do these collaboration or we do networking? The solutions are better, more innovative, and success is more or less guaranteed, or at least far, far better than doing things on our own. What is the benefit for the clients? Client gets one-stop solution. He need not go to multiple professionals. Quality is better and also something which he has already experienced with the service provider. Advice is more complete. It doesn't say that for this part you go to somebody else. There's also consistency because the same set of people are giving advice. They already know the client. And when I'm collaborating with people, while collaborating itself, I'll ensure that conflicts are not there. What about the collaborator? What is the advantage for him or her? What is the professional benefit? Service gets expanded. More services are available for offering to the client. Increased professional strength. The number of people with expertise in different areas will be different. The numbers also will be different. Access to new markets is possible. As a proprietor, I may think twice about providing service in Bombay and Delhi. But if I am working with collaborators who are there in Bombay and Delhi, I can very confidently take up work in both those areas, both those places. Even newer services I can give. Somebody asks me for some legal advice. I may have a tie-up with a legal firm who is quite competent. And there is where I can offer that service also to my own client. Growth also is scalable if I am working with collaborators. For example, when we worked with certain collaborators, our strength at that time might have been 300 people. But the collaborator with whom we had worked had a strength of 700. So our total strength was actually 1,000. Collaborator was also available or had offices in states where we did not have offices. So we could take up work in Kolkata, we could take up work in Gurgaon, we could take up work in Noida because our collaborator had presence there. The moment there is a bigger network, the opportunities for providing service becomes much, much more. I think one of the major advantages we enjoyed in these collaborating efforts has always been that we were able to upskill ourselves in the sense that when my collaborator was skilling himself and his staff in a particular area, my staff also joined for getting skilled in that area. Something which might have taken a bit more time if I had to do it or if we had to do it on our own. Knowledge sharing has been fantastic. Just pick up the phone, correct person is already linked, what we call, specific professional with expertise in a particular area are mapped. So you call that person up, within a minute you get a clarification which might have taken you days to get if we did not have the collaborators in place. So how do we collaborate? Is it so easy? First of all, our mindset has to be matching. As we said in the starting, win, 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 win. We should look at as many people as possible in our group to win. The employee should win, the firm should win, the client should win, and we should have an open mind. Remember, both the collaborators as professionals want to give good service to the client. But while doing it, if we are open and we see that we can culturally fit, we don't have any areas where there is a diverse thinking, then collaborations can be successful. Even after that, we should define, make clearly what is the responsibility of each of us and what is the flexibility we can offer each other also. Any work in collaboration has a possibility of suddenly, getting stopped. This is our experience. Therefore, it has to be monitored. While it is being monitored, it cannot become nitpicking or micromanagement. Every small thing you should not ask. You should broadly see that the project is going forward. It is meeting its deadlines. And if it is not, what are we doing to see that it will meet? Once in 6 months, the goals which we have set out, that common goals which we have set out to achieve with the collaborator needs to be revisited. While doing all these, one or two things we have to keep in mind as professionals. Our quality and efficiency should not be coming down. We cannot wait for 6 months for that. We have to be on to the job to see that the quality is not getting compromised in a collaboration. Normally in a collaboration, quality should improve and efficiency should improve because we are two of us. We are both good in that particular area. So both of us together should be better. Efficiency also should be good. While we are working, initially we should work with some guidelines. Without guidelines, please don't get into collaboration. What is the broad scope? What is the fee sharing? Some simple way of sharing. We used to have a simple method where only 3 fee structures were there. One, what in case substantially the work is being done by the collaborator, we don't ask for any fee at all. Next, we do a bit of work, we take 25%. We do joint work, we take 50%. We do more of the work, collaborator does less of the work, we take 75%. So if you see, this was a very simple way in which we used to do this. Then there are other variations due to maybe when there is there's no surety on what are the resources being put together and all, we can have different guidelines. However, responsibilities, what we are responsible for, what the collaborator is responsible for should be clear. In profession, intellectual property can be a little of a problem because we will be sharing our key standards, our checklists, etc. So that part of it has to be very clear to avoid future disputes. Also, clients need confidentiality. So we work with the collaborator. We need to have NDA with them and maybe even NDA with their clients so as to ensure that confidentiality is ensured. Remember, if it is the same organization, we have been working with the client for 10 years, there may be no problem. The moment the collaborator comes in, we have to ensure that client knows about the collaborator. We take the requisite non-disclosure agreements with the collaborator, and clients NDA also can be obtained with the collaborator so that the collaborator is bound not to disclose any critical information of the client. Broadly, I would say collaboration seems to be the way of growth for professional practice in future because there are so many areas of expertise. Whatever we do, we need to embrace technology, both the collaborator and ourselves. We have to share our expertise. We have to explore how we can partner with each other more to stay competitive in this world. One of the important aspects is, which is directly not related to collaboration, but with artificial intelligence and automation replacing routine jobs, both of us, collaborators and the collaboratee, we have to keep looking at replacing routine jobs with technology. We have to stay relevant by harnessing the strength of artificial intelligence and automation on a continuous basis. This is to ensure that our efficiency, our quality, and cost savings are achieved through AI, and this is essential for both of us. Henry Ford, many years back, he had said, coming together is the beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. This he had done in relation to employees, but I find in relation to professionals working with each other, this is very relevant. Thank you very much for patient listening. There's an article given in the description. You could go through it. We would love to have your feedback. Thank you and have a wonderful day.